Hi everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you're new to the Simple Souls podcast. I'm your host Leslie, and I'm glad that you're giving yourself some time out of the day to learn and hear advice about what benefits you and your goals. First of all, happy late new year. I know everyone has been filled with motivation or some type of desire to get started with all the new mindsets and goals for this month. With that being said, today we'll be going over the reality of change so that we can all get through the entire year without procrastination or doubt, so that we can all get what we put down on our vision boards. I feel like something that gets overlooked by the majority of people is that when you want to overcome anything really, or maybe not overcome but improve in, you're going to be put in the opposite situation first. For instance, when you want love, you'll be tested to stand alone because you need to understand and know how to love and provide for yourself first. You can't love someone and expect all the little things and have certain standards without having those similar expectations for yourself. When you want to become more disciplined, you'll be placed in front of obstacles and temptations because the more distractions you face, the more determined and solid your mentality and principles will become. When you want peace, you'll be given chaos first because it's important to know how to handle your emotions and realize that not all things should have the capability of pushing you off your own course. And first learning to solve the chaos within yourself. When you ask for strength, you'll be given hardships because, like with peace, you need to be able to handle and think critically about what your next steps are and how you want your character to be represented. And when you want anything in general, it becomes a time where we need to endure and get through what we hate the most. It sucks, it hurts, it may be annoying, but it is only because it really all has to do with the amount of wisdom you may be lacking right now. It's why the majority of people who are becoming who they want to be are influencing this idea of working through all of that overthinking and past troubles and trauma and all the negative talk or negative things that are around you. It truly does begin internally and works its way out. You can't rush through it, you can't have any shortcuts, there are no shortcuts, and it may feel like you can miss a couple of things because you already know or you've been through this before, but in that moment you should ask yourself, then why am I here again? What did you miss? What is it that got past you? We tend to expect an easy route. We tend to be surprised when things don't go our way because we just ask. We just say and don't put in the same amount of effort compared to when we first got the motivation to change. With this, I wanted to share something that I saw the other day as a kind of reference. It was a picture of an open window with the curtains on the inside blowing out the window. But the question that came with it was, how can I blame the wind for the mess it made if it was me who opened the window? Likewise, how can we expect such a big thing to happen overnight if most of us are still learning, whether in school or overall as we go into adulthood? And for any actual adults that watch me, you can ask yourself a similar question. But for everyone, are you actually ready to commit to the necessary effort for this particular change? Because it's one thing to just want a change, to want to learn a new skill, or to start going to the gym or getting yourself back on track again. But it's another to actually put in the hours of learning and researching, because nearly everything we'd like to achieve means learning something for and from it. I also find it really interesting how some of the biggest choices we've made that turn out to be amazing and have a pretty great impact on us made us go through fear and was at first unappealing because of how challenging it seemed. And looking at it from a different perspective, for those that don't think change was needed, when did you not have adversity or setbacks to go through? And ask yourself, when was the last time I used my best efforts or my full potential to do something for myself? I personally have a lot more to go through before I can say I've reached my prime, but I've seen and heard enough on why I should be working on it sooner than later. As you keep putting it off, as you keep saying it's just not the right time, you're letting those temptations and that draining mentality win. It's never going to be the right time. You just need to go through it and fight mentally, physically, or emotionally if it's something you actually want to achieve. A lot of people keep saying, I'm tired of living like this, I need to do more exciting things, but you don't need to add more things to your plate. You just need to evaluate everything that's already taking up space on there. Wrapping this up, the reality of change is that you don't and shouldn't wait until something bad happens to you to change your way of living. And I say that from personal experience because, one, I got sick. But because of that is when I started to take care of my physical and mental health more seriously. Secondly, I've been injured before. But because of that is when I started to work out for strength and endurance and just trying to keep myself going as much as I can. Now, I do have all these healthy habits, but it took something so heavy on me in order for me to improve or heal myself. And it shouldn't have been that way. Which brings a very important note that if your body can move, if you can hear, if you can talk, if you can see, if you can form an opinion or already have ideas on mind, you have the energy and potential of doing something great. A lot of people tend to just overthink and contemplate their plan on whether or not it's actually going to be something, but you'll never know if you don't try. And it's being selfish to just sit there and complain about how you wish your life was different when you have the resources in front of you And when it's you, it needs to change your perspective. However, and on a slightly more positive note, when you get over that barrier of whatever is holding you back from taking the first step, because trust me, the first step is all you need to truly begin, that financial freedom, that lifestyle, that thing you've been eyeing, is going to be worth everything you'll be going through first. As cliche as it is, you need to believe in yourself and put in the time for yourself as you should be. Your mind and body is your dome. And when things get stagnant or stuck, the little accomplishments along your way will be everything as you start to notice that it all really comes flowing one after the other once you've built your momentum. Thank you for staying along through today's episode. I hope you took some good things to consider and to take action for those projects or habits or tasks that you need or want to get done. Don't forget to like this video and comment any suggestions on topics you want to hear more about. Share with anyone who you think might need to hear this. Subscribe to both my podcast channel and my personal YouTube channel. Turn on post notifications so that you don't miss any new uploads, and or follow my socials for updates on when new vlogs or episodes are coming out. And I'll talk to you guys again very soon.